So evidently yesterday morning when I put some milk in my coffee straight from a cow, it brought a sensitive subject for some people, raw milk. So I'm going to have a discussion with you guys about my views on raw milk. Yeah, because nobody really cares. But here's my thought process. I'm a libertarian and I think that people should be able to drink raw milk if they would like, but with the caveat that if I was a bottling facility, I would not bottle raw milk. And here's why. Raw milk does carry some risks that I would not want to burden myself with if I was a bottling factory or a co-op or any number of people that provide milk to consumers. And the raw milk advocates will say, oh, those are so overblown. I work on a dairy. I'm around all the pathogens that could potentially be in the milk every day. So I feel very comfortable going up to a cow in my herd, grabbing some milk and drinking it. It's not going to bother me 99% of the time. But even with me, there's the risk that I might, get a little bit of tummy trouble. It's highly unlikely though. I have a robust immune system. That being said, I would not go and drink another farm's raw milk because, frankly, I'm not exposed to the same bacteria as that farm. So, I know, science, it's hard. So if I was not on a farm at all, I would understand that I run some major risks by drinking raw milk because there is pathogens, just like any juices that aren't pasteurized. Most juices are pasteurized too, because anytime you have a product that needs to be refrigerated to keep from growing bacteria, you run risks. Pasteurization lessens those risks. They're still there. You can still get something in the milk or the juice, but there's a lot less likelihood of it. Now, I think a lot of people also get pasteurization confused with homogenization, which is the process of breaking up the fat particles in milk so that the fat or the cream doesn't raise to the top. I prefer to drink non-homogenized milk because I'm getting the full cream experience. A lot of people don't understand the difference there. So if I was you and I was looking for a little, in my opinion, better dairy product that still is safe, I would find a local dairy. They're all over the place. There's more of them every day, it seems like, that is bottling their own milk. They're doing non-homogenized but pasteurized, if that makes sense. So, in conclusion, if you want to drink raw milk, know the risks, but do what you're going to do. As a libertarian, I support you. In my opinion, you're going to get the same benefits from non-homogenized milk that is pasteurized. Because I don't believe this BS where if you pasteurize milk, you're destroying all the good stuff in there. That's not real. So anyway, cheers.
All right, everybody, welcome back for another deep dive.
Yeah.
Today we're going deep into a topic that is,
Interesting.
more twists and turns than
Labyrinth.
than a labyrinth.
Yeah.
I was going to say a pretzel, but yeah, raw milk.
Yeah, a lot of people have a lot of feelings about it.
They do, and we're going to try to uncover it all for you today. So.
Yeah, like why is it so controversial?
Right.
Why do people think it's like a miracle food?
Yeah.
And other people are like, no, stay away.
Right.
It's almost like a tribal thing.
It is, and you bring up a great point there because there are definitely signs to this, and we're going to get into all that. But first, I just want to mention for everybody listening, we're working with some pretty interesting sources today. We got news articles, we got excerpts, and we even have some strong opinions from figures like Robert F. Kennedy Jr.
Yeah. I mean, he's a figure that's hard to ignore, right?
Well, he makes a splash. Let's put it that way.
He does. Yeah. And I mean, he's been pretty vocal about this raw milk thing.
Yeah.
Like saying that he's been drinking it exclusively for a whole year.
Right.
I mean, that's a bold statement.
And that's a long time, too.
A whole year.
It's a long time.
I mean, if you think about how much milk you drink in a year, that's a lot of raw milk.
You know, obviously, this is something that is definitely going to raise some eyebrows.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because when you think about the FDA and CDC, they've been pretty loud about warning people about raw milk.
Yeah, they definitely come out pretty strong against it.
They do, and for good reason.
For good reason.
Because when you think about it, raw milk has the potential for some serious contamination.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of bacteria that can get in there.
Right.
I mean, like E. coli, that's a nasty one.
Yeah.
You know, you get that, you're talking some serious stomach cramps.
Yeah, it's not just a little tummy ache.
No. This is like debilitating cramps, diarrhea, and in some cases, it can even lead to kidney failure.
And then, you've got other stuff too.
Oh yeah, like listeria, that's another one.
Right, and that one, especially scary.
For pregnant women.
Pregnant women, yeah.
Newborns, older adults.
Right.
Anyone with like a weakened immune system.
Right.
It can be really, really serious for those folks.
Yeah, and this is the kind of stuff that keeps the FDA and CDC up at night.
Rightfully so, yeah.
I mean, and then there's
serious stuff.
The bird flu, which has been found in dairy cattle.
Yeah. Yeah, and they've actually found it in raw milk too.
It's a little scary.
It is scary, and that's where pasteurization comes in, right?
Right.
So that's that process where they heat the milk up to a specific temperature.
Yeah.
For a certain amount of time. And that kills off all those bad guys.
Right, like E. coli, listeria.
All those microorganisms.
And the bird flu, too.
Especially that bird flu.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's pretty effective.
So it seems like pasteurization's got us covered.
It seems like it, yeah.
But if it's so great, why is there this whole other side to this story? That's what I find so interesting, right? There's this whole movement of people advocating for easier access to raw milk.
Right. And they don't just think it's like, slightly healthier.
No. They think it's like a superfood.
Yeah. They're talking
benefits like better digestion,
right,
boosted immunity, even relief from allergies.
So they're thinking it's
a cure-all.
A magic bullet.
A magic bullet. Yeah. They think that raw milk has all these enzymes and bacteria that are good for you that get destroyed during pasteurization.
So what do they say about the whole bacteria contamination thing?
So they'll say that the risks are overblown.
Okay.
That if you have like good farming practices, you can minimize the contamination.
Okay.
And they'll point to the fact that people have been drinking raw milk for centuries.
Right.
Before pasteurization was even a thing.
So they're basically saying that the benefits outweigh the risk.
Exactly. And it's not just about the science for them either. It's about like freedom of choice.
Okay.
Like the government shouldn't be able to tell you what kind of milk you can drink.
And this ties back into what you were saying before about, there's almost this like tribal mentality.
Yeah. It gets really deep.
With raw milk.
It does. And it's playing out in the laws too.
Oh, yeah.
Like the laws regarding raw milk sales, they vary so much from state to state.
Yeah. It's crazy.
It is. It's a real patchwork. Some states allow you to buy it in stores.
Right.
Other states, you can only get it on the farm where it's produced.
Right.
And some states, it's completely illegal.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a mess. And it really shows you how much tension there is between public health and individual rights.
Yeah, and as we wrap up our deep dive today, where does all of this leave us? Where does this leave the listener? We've explored both sides.
Yeah.
We've talked about the potential benefits.
I've talked about the risks.
Yeah. And this whole complex legal landscape surrounding it all.
Yeah. I mean, it's a lot to take in.
It is.
And ultimately, the decision of whether or not to drink raw milk is up to each individual.
Right.
But hopefully after this deep dive, you're a little more informed.
Yeah.
You can weigh the evidence, think about what you believe in.
Yeah.
And make the choice that's right for you.
And don't be afraid to ask questions.
Never be afraid to ask questions. Yeah.
Do your research.
Do your research.
Be critical.
Be critical of what you find online.
Yeah. And this whole raw milk debate,
it's
not going away.
No.
So you're going to keep hearing about it.
You're going to keep hearing about it.
And it really all just speaks to this larger conversation we're having as a society about our relationship with food.
Yeah.
Trust and authority and personal freedom versus public well-being.
It's a big one.
It is a big one. So, with all that being said, we would love to hear your thoughts.
Yeah.
What do you guys think about this whole raw milk debate?
Let us know.
Let us know in the comments.
Hit us up.
And we'll see you next time on The Deep Dive.
See ya. Bye. Bye.